Hi and Assalamualaikum. Today we will present about suppressed demand, barriers to travel under the topic of geography of demand for tourism.
Hi, my name is Nur Azrina Dania binti Muhammad Azri.
My name is Maratu Safia binti Muhammad Omar.
My name is Maria Ulfa binti Slamet.
My name is Nurdiana Safia binti Muhammad Rahmat.
My name is Nur Anisha binti Azmi.
And my name is Nushazam binti Azman.
What is barriers to travel? Factors that make it difficult for us to travel or force us to stay home are called travel barriers. In choosing a destination, a traveller must overcome a number of obstacles. The obstacle will be overcome if the desire to travel is strong enough, but they might still influence the destination decision. For instance, the first barriers that spring to mind are those related to time and cost. We must plan trips around our vacation time and our budgets. If neither of them is available, we might decide on a location near our house. This is a complete mind map of our topic. Barriers to travel can significantly impact the potential demand for tourism. These barriers can be both physical and non-physical, and they often deter people from traveling or restrict their choices in destination.
Number 1 is expenses of travel. Tourists have a desire to travel has been prevented and delayed because they have financial problems like a lack of income. Travel expenses consist of fuel costs, taxi fare, bus fare, and any charge for other types of transportations. There have a few steps to create a realistic travel budget. First is think of where you will be staying. The next big chunk of your travel expenses will be your accommodation. Second step is always get prepared if any emergency happens, so tourists already have a backup income. Number 2 is lack of time. This occurs because people do not have the necessary time to travel and requests that have to be delayed and postponed. This may cause their wants and need to be addressed. Lack of availability time is another inhibition factor to tourist travel. The desire to travel and the financial ability to travel are insufficient if one does not have time to travel. A combination of times and money must be present for travel and tourism to take place.
Number 3 is physical limitation. The example that I can give is people with disabilities who want to travel but they have a mobility impairments. It's happened because a lack of facilities that can cause unwanted things happen during the traveling. Number 4 is family circumstances. Financial become the issue for some reason and the problem, such as they need to pay the rent, utility bills, children expenses and education costs, and because of that, they can't afford for traveling.
The last one is a lack of interest may result from a various factors such as a fear of the unknown, a preference for comfortable seatings, or ignorance of alternative locations. Other than that, a person's desire to see new places may be diminished if they don't have a travel companion or if they feel isolated from travel-related social circle. Some individuals may have responsibilities or commitments that make it difficult them to travel, such as caring for family members or financial constraints.
In the context of travel barriers, deferred demand refers to the potential demand for travel that is put off or delayed as a result of different obstacles. These obstacles can include visa restrictions, health concerns, safety issues, or other factors that prevent or discourage people from traveling.
Number 1, 9/11 terrorist attack. The Islamic site terrorist attack carried out by Al-Qaeda against the United of September 11, 2001. The attack introduced subtraction away from air travel, itinerary and causes a shift in the preference of travel for a particular destination. Besides that, the airline industry was particularly hard hit because commercial airlines were the weapon used by the tourists and the attack against the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. When people travel, they do not want to be exposed to personal hazard, so safety is a paramount concern of most travelers.
Number 2 is Afghanistan War. This happened on 2001 where United States military decided to destroy terrorist organizations Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. This clearly happened because they were triggered by the 9/11 attacks. Aside from that, this war also happened because the Taliban refused to hand over Osama bin Laden. This war happened to be the longest war that the United States have ever fought. This conflict effect on everyone, especially Muslim, as they receive a lot of threats and at the same time seen as a threat. Number 3 is Bali or Mombasa bombings. This phenomenon happened on 12 October 2002 where terrorists launched bomb attacks in Bali, Indonesia. This war resulting in death of 202 people and it affected lots of Australians and Indonesians. Many Australians did not expected that they are going to be a terrorist attack near their country. This can be a barrier travel to a tourist, especially to Australians because they are aware if this phenomenon might happen again.
Next is SARS outbreak. SARS refers to the severe acute respiratory syndrome that caused by coronavirus. It occurred in 2002 to 2003 and it's affected over 8,000 people from 30 countries. It's caused 774 deaths worldwide. The SARS outbreak had a significant negative impact on tourism in the affected regions. During its outbreak, travel advisories and restrictions were put in place, leading to a sharp decline in tourist arrivals. Fear of contracting the virus led to cancellations of travel plans, particularly to destinations where the outbreak was concentrated, such as part of Asia. The tourism industry in these areas suffered from reduced visitors numbers, decreased revenue, and long-term effect on reputation and perception as safe travel destinations. Next is Iraq War. Iraq War is a protracted armed conflict in Iraq from 2003 to 2011. The Iraq War had a profound negative impact on tourism in Iraq. The conflict created a volatile and dangerous environment, deterring tourists and travelers from visiting the country. Infrastructure was damaged, historical sites were destroyed, and ongoing security concerns made it difficult for tourism to flourish. Even after the end of major combat operations, instability and sporadic violence continued to hamper the development of the tourism industry in Iraq.
Travel-related obstacles can have a big impact on demand, affecting how many people are able and willing to visit a certain place.
Number 1 is book later. Travelers can choose to postpone their booking if something unexpected happens. For example, if you're stuck in the traffic, you can call your hotel booking and say that you will be late due because of that traffic. Most hotels will allow you to book your stay and pay when you arrive, as long as they have your credit card information on file. As a tourist do not to be afraid if they think booking hotel already get cancelled, because mostly hotels nowadays they will ask your credit card detail, and if you late you will still pay. But the time interval when arriving late to be the hotel usually not exceeded 5 hours. Next is use surface transport. Economic downturns or fluctuation in exchange rates can impact travel affordability. It's leading some tourists to seek more budget-friendly alternatives. Surface transportation such as buses, trains or carpooling may offer a more cost-effective option compared to air travel, especially for shorter distances or regional trips.
Traveller to safer destination closer to home. Demand in the travel industry can be greatly impacted by the desire for safer travel destination closer to home. It refers to all of the travellers the person being spoken to might collectively make on a particular trip. Although you will rarely hear this used, travel safe, on the other hand, is a lot of a common. This can result in a rise in interest in a domestic travel, outdoor recreation, wellness travel, rural experience, and sustainable travel options.
Next is use flexible booking channels such as the internet. Use flexible booking channels which allow for changes or cancellation after the purchase have been made. For example, of a flight tickets. And by changing their journey, people can experience something different.
Next effect is consider the cost of travel. Travelers tend to overpurchase during the trip as they were to enjoy the trip, and in these situations, they need to consider the cost of travel to save budgets. In terms of accommodations and transportations, they need to find a cheaper option so they can save their money.
The last one is take shorter trips. The demand for travel-related service may increase as a result of the trend toward shorter travel, especially in local and regional tourist destinations. It promotes more frequent travel, boosts regional economies, and gives companies a chance to meet the demands of tourists looking for easier to get away vacations. As a conclusion, demand in tourism can be influenced by a variety of factors, including economic conditions, natural disaster, and technological advancements. Understanding and responding to these factors are crucial for stakeholders in the tourism industry to effectively manage demand and develop sustainable tourism strategies. That's all from us. Thank you.